Hey guys, good morning and welcome back. So today is Wednesday morning and I feel 100 times better. I'm still a little foggy in my head. I think I'm like lacking sleep in general, but I woke up at 5:45 today, so I slept in a little bit compared to the usual 4:45. And yesterday's recap video, I talked all about different wake up times and basically for 2 months now, waking up before 5 a.m. and what that's done to me. And basically, I feel like it's been net negative in my whole psyche. I don't really like it. I don't mind waking up early, but for me, like 5:30, maybe like around 6, that's so much better. I feel so much better. Luckily, I also didn't miss that much in the markets again. It's been kind of a slow market. Unfortunately, I actually am ending the day a little bit red here. I'm ending down $200, but today was one of those red days where it almost doesn't feel bad at all, because it's just like there was so much nonsense out there. And really half the battle today was just avoiding, getting stuck in a flush again, because we just didn't have that many good moves. So I really don't mind being red today. It is unfortunately, I think my fourth red day in a row, so I'm a little bit on a red streak. Statistically, it's gonna happen every now and then, so it is what it is. I'm keeping my red days luckily low. Yesterday I lost also like 250 or something, so today's 200. It was really Friday where I was really feeling under the weather and I was really grumpy. That's when I hit my max stop, so that was like the only really big red day. Other than that, I've been keeping it low and just waiting for momentum to pick up. You can also see I really didn't do too many trades. I did 200 fills, which is pretty low. I think I did like 10 to 15 trades today in general. The ticker I'm actually down on the most is SBEV. We did have a few bits of opportunity on this one, but it was tough, I would say. Let's actually just go to it directly. I'm down 380 on this one, close to 400 I'm down. Let's just start on the daily. And this is a ticker that's been on a multi-day run, and pretty nice multi-day run. I'm not the biggest fan of multi-day runs for day trading. For swinging, yeah, you can like find those good support levels like BBIG and just try to ride that stair as long as it goes. But for day trading, I feel like they get like really top heavy and they don't have like good intraday momentum. That's my kind of pet peeve with these tickers. Food and staples, retailing company, 33 million shares outstanding roughly, and 137 million market cap after this big rally. So it's still definitely a small cap. And right now it's definitely on the higher end of its overall cap relative to what it usually is. Actually, we're running into some really big resistance around 6 and 650. So this is a key support resistance to definitely keep a big eye on, especially if we approach these areas tomorrow pre-market. Let's look at the 5-minute and see how this ticker held up. And you can see we've been trading it intraday pretty consistently, but unfortunately, it gets these like pops that kind of end very quickly. On Friday was one of the better moves, and I somehow snoozed through this whole entire move Friday, and I made a whole video about that, so I'm not gonna dive into it now. But SBEV today on the daily was actually making a really nice ascending channel, which do typically break to the downside. I was trying to take advantage of knowing that these were the tops. But unfortunately, somehow, even though this ticker was kind of in a range the whole time, I ended up, constantly giving back profits on it. It just wasn't really my best pattern. Let's just scroll back here, and you can kind of see I tried to trade this range a few times. I was never looking for a big move or a reversal, but I just kind of kept getting stopped out. Here was a similar situation where I ended up chasing a little bit. This was kind of unfortunate, but still, I avoided any big reds. Red trades. I finally got a little bit of a move here, but I ended up selling too soon. My entry was too soon, so I barely made profits on this one. And then I did a little bit of backside trading on SBEV, which some worked out, some didn't. But net, I'm negative on SBEV. I couldn't really get my groove on it, which is totally fine. It's not a classic ticker that I really like trading, and it was just such a weird mover. It kept on having these really aggressive pullbacks and then huge spikes, and then it'd just be over. You almost had to trade SBEV through anticipation, and I don't know, it just didn't have really any clean patterns with any continuation that I like. So at one point, I really noticed SBEV was not for me, and also is kind of breaking this channel. Plus, I wasn't able to short. Otherwise, this probably would have been a short opportunity. But yeah, SBEV, it was just one of those tickers that I was just constantly getting a little bit more and more red on. And then I was like, there's no point for me to keep trading this one. Yeah, and then I stopped. So it was pretty much that simple. I'm not really too upset about it. I could have got randomly really lucky into a green spike, but that's not how I like trading, where like luck is your only asset. No, not for me. So VVOS, another ticker here. I'm just slightly green on this one, so it's pretty much a total scratch. We've traded this ticker many times in the past. It's an overall backside ticker. Healthcare, 23 million shares outstanding, 58 million market cap. Very nice. Looks like has some catalysts coming out here. Good sleep metrics. That sounds like something I need to take advantage of it. Maybe I should reach out to VVOS Therapeutics, but we'll see. Maybe I will. I'll do a product review video. It'll just be me sleeping. It'll be amazing. Okay, so 5 minutes here. Let's see what we got. Ticker approaching big time resistance, and then there's I think after that we have a pretty nice run, and then it's not till a little bit later till we have more resistance coming in. So we do have a nice little potential if we break this big resistance around 2.7 to 8, that we could maybe run to 3 pretty quickly, and then after that all the way to $4. I actually do want to go ahead and map $4 because not just is this the whole dollar significant zone, it seems to be a bit of a pivot area as well in terms of there was a support here, there was a big gap up here, there was again support, and we were kind of ranging in this area for a while, and then also the 180-day SMA. So I don't want to forget about that $4 zone. Ticker is trending up nicely, but also kind of like SBEV, where it just, you know, has a big spike and then just sells off constantly. I find it very tricky to trade. I actually ended up trading this one pre-market, and I did all right, believe it or not. It sounds ridiculous. Let's actually see here what was going on. There was a lot of just kind of chop, low volume, wasn't interesting. But then I saw this one pop up again, and I wouldn't touch something like this, but I've honestly realized that, like, if I just do the opposite of my strategy right now, it's almost a win, or I don't trade. Which is probably the better option. Anyway, I went ahead, traded this like one looking for a breakout. We actually got that, and I instantly made like $100 or so. Unfortunately, it you know, rips up here like another 30% or so. This was ridiculous. I went for a pullback looking for maybe a little bit of a second push. We didn't get it, and I quickly closed this one for a small loss. And then I tried trading this one again here, thinking we'd get a quick rip, which we actually did. Unfortunately, I started sizing into this one a little bit too soon. So even though I actually ended up getting an all right exit here, my entry was just a little bit too soon. And I don't know, VVOS, I felt like it's a total luck trade again. Like you might get lucky in a random big quick move to the upside, or you're just going to get unlucky and just keep selling off very aggressively. I mean, this is like an 8% sell off, so you could be losing a lot of money really quickly. So I don't know, I'm up $60 on it, but again, it's one of those tickers where I just don't really care about it. It's just everything is so, I don't know, silly right now. It's like nothing really makes sense, and I don't care so much to be red today. I'm just happy I'm not, you know, really red or something silly. SoFi, it's a bit more of a mid cap, large cap. Usually I'm not day trading something like this, but you know, SoFi had a really good catalyst that came out recently, that they got a bank charter. They want to do a lot of early shares, kind of like what Robinhood is doing, so you can get into an IPO before it actually IPOs. So this is a really big catalyst for this ticker. SoFi is a stock I've been following a lot, and they've just had a huge sell-off, 50%. So I love the fact that this one has a bottom bounce off of good news with good volume. I really like that. So I was thinking, you know, pre-market, okay, if this one has some sort of big sell-off, it's probably going to have a good potential for a red to green move. And we were kind of approaching this 180-day simple, 180 SMA. As we were approaching that, I just went ahead, bought it as we broke 13.5, started accumulating. Didn't get the biggest size, you know, $13,000. It's okay. For a company this big, though, and that moves so slowly, I could have easily went $20,000, $30,000. That's what I would have felt would have been a little bit more necessary, but yeah, it is what it is. It popped up and I quickly took profits. Obviously, I could have held much longer, you know, scored another percent or so, and there was another opportunity to buy here. So I had the right idea on SoFi, but I didn't use enough size and I didn't hold long enough, and I probably could have traded this one multiple times. You could even see on the 1 minute chart how many times I could have traded it. Because we had that big sell-off, I started accumulating here. It popped up, took profits. You know, I could have bought back there, took profits again. I don't know if I would have traded these two or these three pullbacks, probably not. But I could have went for a double bottom at least, you know, so I could have maybe done 2-3 more trades on SoFi that were kind of a good setup. But yeah, I don't know. At one point, I just kind of wanted to call it. I did already trade a little bit later today, which I was totally down for. You know, I was like, if we see good opportunity, I'm totally okay trading a little past 10 o'clock. Plus, we've been seeing a lot of good moves around 10:30, so I don't see why not. Usually, I try to wrap up by 10 o'clock if you're new here. But we didn't get any more opportunities, so I just called it. And yeah, maybe I could have squeezed myself into the green with Sofi, but it's one of those days where you would be trying a lot to make a little bit of money, and I'd rather focus all my energy once we see a real good gapper over 60%, get a nice front side, have that ability to make $2, $3, $4, $5,000 on that one front side alone based on my average position size, a realistic amount, and then call it a day in like 30, 45 minutes. I think that's really what I'm waiting for, and it looks like we're probably gonna have to keep waiting a little bit longer because I don't see any of those on the horizon. Maybe tomorrow, but I don't know. So yeah, that's all for this recap video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Patience is really the name of the game right now. We're still in a bit of a slump. I really had higher expectations for January, but who knows, maybe February is really where it's going to take off. We will see. For now, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Consider subscribing if you're new, and like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.